And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to DVD Hastings Stadium. I'm Neil Sriwaspa. Thank you for joining us. The Kitchener Panthers taking on the Guelph Royals. For the Panthers, they've got 2 victories on the season, while the Royals remain unbeaten at 3-0. Royals, of course, have had 2 rainouts in the process as well, so the schedule makers have not been too kind for the Royals, only giving them Saturdays and Sundays so far to get their reps in and everything else. So today will be a challenge. So they'll be playing tonight, then they'll be playing tomorrow against the Maple Leafs as well. Still waiting for the Panthers lineup to be brought up to the press box as well. So hopefully that will happen in a few minutes. Till that time, we're just going to leave you guys up with some visuals here, and we're going to try to scramble and get the lineups. We'll be back in a second. Just go ahead and mute me out. And welcome back to Davey Hastings Stadium. Lineups have been finally sorted here by the Panthers and the Royals, as Bruce Barker, the in-house PA announcer, is bringing up through the anthems. Turn you down. Jarrett Jarvis will lead off for the Panthers. Followed by Stephen Whalen, the designated hitter. Ryan Burnside is batting third in right field. Nick Parsons is batting fourth at third base. Junior Ibarra is doing the catching. He is batting fifth. Raul Gonzalez has slipped down in the lineup to sixth, the shortstop. Spencer Ross is batting seventh at second base. Nolan Misa is at first base and batting eighth. Jaden Kemp is batting ninth in left field. And Dakota Parsons gets his second start for the Panthers. The former outfielder, former Welland Jackfish, now converted to a pitcher. Throws with a lot of velocity. We'll have to see if he can keep the control going. That was his downfall in Sunday's contest against the Brantford Red Sox. For the Royals, they'll have J.D. Williams leading off. Rasuki Ohashi is batting second. Garrett Takamatsu is batting third at second base. Josh Garten, a designated hitter, is batting fourth. David Stanley is at third base, batting seventh in left field. Jeff McLeod is batting sixth and right. Arthur Kawar is at first base, batting seventh. J.D. Rosario is doing the catching. He's batting eighth. And Marcus Nellis is batting ninth at third base. Jacob Kush gets his second consecutive start here at Hastings Stadium for the Royals. Of course, he was rained out last weekend against the London Majors. As we mentioned before, the Royals do have two rainouts they have to make up at some point down the road here. One versus the Hamilton Cardinals. They got started that game, got fog and rain, so that one got delayed a little bit. But that one did get underway. As Jacob Kush will get out here and take the warm-ups very shortly after the anthem. Anthem? Let's wait. Yep.
Fans, at this time I ask you please rise if you're able, and gentlemen, remove your hats.
Yep.
For the playing of O Canada.
Can you turn this up? Welcome back to David E. Hastings Stadium. I'm Neil Shrivastava. Hope the audio sounds a little bit better. Alan Ross, thanks for the heads up. We appreciate that. A few things on the board this morning to scramble through.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw out our first pitch. All right, Yoda, whenever you're ready, let's see that pitch.
The young man with the first offering. He threw a strike. Dino, sign him up. As Jacob Kutch will go back to work here. He pitched 4 innings his last start. Didn't qualify for the victory. Got a no decision against the Maple Leafs. But it was looking pretty well. Did have 5 strikeouts in the contest. Currently leads the league with no ERA. His counterpart, Dakota Parsons, will be on the hill very shortly once for the Panthers. Of course, both teams off last night. We were in Hamilton taking care of a wild affair between the Maple Leafs and Cardinals. Play some music. Just not the walk-ups, not the walk-ups. Anything else? Got nothing downloaded yet? Just trying to assist our in-house PAs or music people today, try to get some stuff going too. So they're on the fly, trying to learn some things too here. So having to show them some things. Yes, Jet Jarvis is waiting in the wings as Jacob Kutch is completing his warm-ups here. Panthers victorious over the Chatham Barnstormers, their last contest Thursday night at home. Their first home victory of the season. Royals did take on the Barnstormers on Sunday and were victorious 13-3 in Chatham, Kent. The Barnstormers on an 18-day road trip now. The schedule is not doing favors to a lot of teams so far. As Jet Jarvis will come into play and we'll get underway here at Hastings Stadium finally. Feels like we haven't been here forever. First pitch misses for ball number 1. That one's in there for a called strike to even the count at 1-1. Jarvis will be followed by Stephen Whalen, the designated hitter, and Ryan Burnside, who homered in the Thursday night's contest. As Jarvis hits this one foul, and that will go out of play to run the count at 1-2. Got a lot of that long day of baseball in store for ourselves personally. We've got to do this game this afternoon, and we're driving to Hamilton for the Cardinals and Red Sox at 7:35. Check swing called on the third strike. Jarvis goes down. There's one away. Stephen Whalen now the batter. Whalen batting .250 on the season so far. Apologies if you're trying to dial in on point streak as well, ladies and gentlemen. I know they've been having some cloud server issues with the product all week, so bear with it. It apparently does work on mobile a little better than it does work on the desktop right now, so please be patient with it. The league is aware of it, as is point streak support staff. They're working their way through it as Whalen fouls off the first offering from Kutch. First strike 1. Pitch misses outside, evens the count 1-1. Whalen's at Windsor University, where he's becoming a teacher. He fouls out that one to even the count. It's at the count 1-2 now. Kutch, 1-2 offering on its way to Whalen. Is lined into center field. Williams will give this one chase. It will drop in front of him, and Whalen will be aboard with a 1-out single.
The right fielder, number 55, Ryan Burnside.
Going to bring up Ryan Burnside now. Burnside steps up the plate as Whalen leads off first. Cush starts Burnside off with a strike. Count is 0-1. Whalen back safely. Cush just trying to keep him honest. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Otashi up with it. He'll throw to first. On the second. Not in time for the fielder's choice as Burnside will beat out the tail end of the fielder's choice. 2 away now here in the top of the inning for the Panthers. Nick Parsons now the batter. Parsons had a great year at college and off to a decent start as well. He's already got 1 home run on the campaign. That coming last Friday in London as the Panthers were victorious over the London Majors. That one's in there for a strike. And Cush is ahead of Parsons on an 0-1. That one just misses to even the count at 1-1. Parsons batting .294 coming into action today. As he swings and misses on that offering from Cush and now falls behind the count at 1-2. Swing and a miss. Parsons goes down on strikes, and that'll do it for the Panthers in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man was left on base. We're scoreless after half inning here at Hastings Stadium. Stadium, it's scoreless here between the Kitchener Panthers and your Guelph Royals as J.D. Williams comes to the plate. As you see the lineup once again for your Royals. Williams will lead off. Ohashi is batting second. Garrett Takamachi is batting third. Josh Garton fourth. As we get back underway, as Parsons will be on the hill now. The Dakota Parsons making his second start for the Panthers. Did pitch a little bit for the Jackfish a couple Sundays ago. Before the Jackfish released him, he signed with the Kitchener Panthers last week and started last Sunday's contest against the Brantford Red Sox. He misses low again, and the count is 2-0 on J.D. Williams. Williams batting .312 on the season so far. I love watching his Instagram posts. Left turns only. That one misses outside, and the count is now 3-0 on Williams. The top of this Royals order has been absolutely explosive at this point in the season. That one's in there for a strike called. Three and one offering from Parsons. Misses low for, oh, it's called a strike. Williams will have to go back here. I missed that guy down in the front row last year when I wasn't here. He's got the best one-liners when umpires make questionable calls. I won't repeat half of them, though. They're just, they're great entertainment for the folks here at Hastings Stadium. 3-2 offering is lined up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for the second baseman. Makes the throw in time to get Williams, and there's one away. 4-3 goes the putout to retire J.D. Williams. As Ryosuke Ohachi will be the batter now. No score, one away here in the Royals' half of the first inning. Panthers retired in order 1-2-3. Oh, sorry, they had a base runner. As that one's a strike on Ohashi. Now misses upstairs for a ball. And the count is even at 1-1. One pitch misses upstairs. It's now 2-1. Ohashi batting .312 on the season. Has 7 runs scored already for the Royals. The native of Japan, fitting in nicely here with his Royals teammates. That one misses upstairs and runs the count to 3-1. The word on Parsons is he's got some gas, but it's not consistently in the strike zone. He can top it up about 95 miles an hour when he's on. So Ohashi hits this one down the third base line, fielded cleanly by the third baseman, but Ohashi is out by a few steps. 5-3 will go to put out, and there's 2 away.
The second baseman, number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
Garrett Takamatsu now the batter, the second baseman tonight. Takamatsu batting .384 so far in the season. Of course, he was acquired from the Maple Leafs in the offseason. He fouls off the first offering down the right field line and out of play for strike one. Parsons again from the set. His offering. Misses inside for a ball. Count is 1-1 accordingly to the scoreboard. I'm not sure if that's the same with the plate umpire. 2-1 is the correct scoreboard now, Starks.
After 1 inning of play, no score.
Inning is over. Takematsu is retired. Royals go 3 up, 3 down. We'll come back to Hastings Stadium for the top of the second inning in a few moments. Welcome back to David Hastings Stadium. Top of the second inning and a scoreless tie between the Kitchener Panthers and the Guelph Royals on a beautiful afternoon to be at the ballpark. Great to see both the grandstands and the sidelines filling in nicely with lawn chairs as well. It's a great night, a great afternoon to be here. Thank you so much for joining us in the house. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you're watching, it is appreciated as Junior Ibarra takes ball 1 from Jacob Cush. Trying my best not to say Kyle Cush today, once. Kyle's in Australia, having the time of his life. As Jacob takes the count to 2-0 here on Junior Ibarra. Ibarra batting 178 on the season so far. Like most of the Panthers, struggling at the plate right now. So he takes that one high, and the count is 3-0 on Ibarra. Cush in there with a strike to make the count 3-1. Cush gets the sign from Rosario. 3-1 offering. His line comebacker right at the mound. Cush will step off the mound. He'll flip at the first in time. Ibarra is retired on the 1-3 putout for the first out of the second inning.
Number 18, Raul Gonzalez.
As Raul Gonzalez will be the batter now. Gonzalez got the average down to 146 right now. He takes strike 1 in the other half. Cush ahead in the count at 1-1. Gonzalez off to a slow start. Of course, last year he was a runner-up for the MVP balloting across the league. It's a chopper to the third baseman, fielded cleanly by Nellis. He'll throw it across the diamond in time. Gonzalez retired on the 5-3, and there's 2 away.
The second baseman, number 5, Spencer Ross.
Spencer Ross now the second baseman with a batter. Ross batting 166 currently. I mentioned the Panthers struggling at the plate to start the season. Just have a feeling that's about to turn around with these guys. That one misses upstairs for a ball. Rosario and company all thought that was a strike, but the plate umpire said no thanks. Cush continues to pound the zone, though. 1-0 offering is in there for a called strike to even the count at 1-1. Nolan Misa waiting in the wings. Jaden Kemp waiting in the hole. Should the inning continue with 2 away. That one's in there for a strike called, and the count is now 1-2 on Spencer Ross. Cush gets a sign from Rosario. His 1-2 offering is lined right at the first baseman. Arthur Caruero makes the grab, and the inning is over. Panthers go 3 up, 3 down here in the second inning. We're scoreless after an inning and a half here at Hastings Stadium. Bottom of the second inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium on a beautiful day to be at the ballpark. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are. If you're watching here at the ballpark, my name is Neil Sherwaswa. Great to be along with you all this afternoon. As Josh Garton, who leads the league in home runs, will come to bat now. A couple years ago, I didn't know if Josh Garton would still be with us here. But the gentleman has battled back from his demons, having a fun time, loving life. Loves spending time with his daughter and everything else, but I love to see what he's turned his life into. So proud of this guy. Now he leads the league in home runs and just absolutely having a blast playing some baseball. He's up there with the green bat today. Garton with a huge swing on that first offering for Dakota Parsons for strike 1. Parsons offering is driven into left center field pretty deep. Looks like it's going to hit down, and Garton's going to find himself with extra bases. Center fielder up with the ball. Garton's going to stop at second. That's with a leadoff double.
Left fielder, number 7, David Stanley.
David Stanley now, the batter. Had himself quite the weekend in Chatham-Kent. Pair of home runs. They weren't wall scrapers by any stretch of the imagination. Stanley batting .372 on the season. Sorry, 272 on the season. Takes strike 1 on the outer half from Parsons as Garton leads off second conservatively. Stanley chops this one in front of the pitcher's mound. Arbera up with it. He'll throw it to first in time. Timber to Stanley. 2-3 will go to put out. Garton goes to third. Royals have a runner now 90 feet away, looking to break the scoreless tie as Jeff McLeod comes to the plate. Sorry for the pauses between commentary as well. Also running point streak this afternoon, so that's me fixing the score sheet to make sure everybody at home knows what's going on too. Out of town score brought to you by Rawling Sports. Looks like London and Welland just underway as well in the Rose City. They are scoreless in the first, although it looks like the Majors are threatening to score here. Thank you so much for the heads up on the sound, guys and gals. And it looks like Rogers looks good, too. That's the important people. If you guys are watching on Rogers TV, too, thank you so much for doing so. And huge thanks to Patty and the crew at Rogers for bringing on the Intercounty this year. Sorry I didn't have the chat up for a couple seconds. The count is now 2-0 on Jeff McLeod. Garton leads off at third. There is one away in the inning. And a scoreless tie. McLeod homered last weekend as well. I felt bad I didn't clip his home run. And he has been working with a 3-0 count on Parsons. And this was Parsons' downfall on the weekend, too. He just wasn't able to find the strike zone consistently. Infield is in to knock this one down by the Panthers on the edge of the grass. As that one's in there for a strike, McLeod taking all the way. Count now 3-1. Three-one offering is swung on and missed by McLeod. That'll run the count to full with just one away. McLeod batting .333 on the season. Saw some action in Chatham-Kent on the weekend. Royals came into the contest with a +35 in run differential. As McLeod pops this one, but foul. And Garton had to get out of the way of that. He's joking with the bat boy down the line. The count were made at full at 3-2. Have to figure out the other cameras. Still, we didn't have enough time to figure out the troubleshooting issues, so I'm going to take those home with me and play with them in the next couple of days. Couldn't get to connect to the server for some reason. That one misses high, and McLeod will draw the walk. Runners on the corners for the Royals now, and Arthur Kawara coming to the plate. How about that? Kawara getting his first action of the season for the Royals. The former Silver Creek, former Guelph Griffin. Actually, I think he's still got one more year off the Guelph, actually, so I shouldn't call him a former Griffin. But he can hit the ball with some decent pop here. Manager Gino Romero just like a sacrifice fly or something hit through the right side here in this situation, in a scoreless tie. Parsons' first offering misses low to Kawara for ball one. Thanks, Degarilla. I saw those. I'll answer back when I get a chance. Probably won't be till later on tonight when we're driving to Hamilton. Parsons again from the stretch. His 1-0 offering on its way to Kawara. Misses low again. Count is 2-0. Jared Merkley behind the plate. Justin Snively at first, and Mike Guthrow is at third tonight. Those are your umpires. Sorry I didn't get to announce them beforehand. This one gets away from the catcher, Ibarra. Garton will come home to score, and the Royals break the goose egg. It's 1-0 for the home side. 3-0 count on Arthur Kawara. Garton comes home on the wild pitch. That run is earned. And McLeod's up to second base for Kawara now with a 3-0 count. Likely to green light now. Parsons from the stretch again. His 3-0 pitch. This is in there for a called start. Kawara taken all the way. Can't say I blame them. Parsons has been in and out of the strike zone a lot today. Three-one offering is fouled away. Kawara stays alive. Runs the count to full. JD Rosario waiting in the wings. Mark Nellis, the third baseman. Should the inning continue, he's in the hole and the 9 spot. This one's fouled away. And the count remains 3-2 on Kawara. As I mentioned, the former Silver Creeks. The Silver Creeks are in action this weekend. They are 1-1 in the tournament down in Mississauga. Won last night 10-6 over Etobicoke. And now are lost this morning. Playing this afternoon at some point. Of course, they had a defending national bronze champions. Parsons, 3-2 offering. This is high and inside. Kawara will draw a walk. Runners at first and second now with just one away. As JD Rosario will come to the plate now. Parsons in a little bit of a pickle here in the second inning. That one misses low for a ball. Count is 1-0 on Rosario. Now it's swinging the sticks on deck before we go back to the top of the order, and J.D. Williams, who waits in the hole.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite site.
That one misses low again. The count's 2-0. Parsons looks the runners back. 2-0 offering. Is hit through the right side here. That's going to be a tough play. It's going to get past the second baseman. And the runners will hold. Bases loaded now for Mark Nellis as Rosario comes through with a single. Mark Nellis now the batter.
The third baseman, number 9.
The third baseman tonight.
Nellis.
And thanks everybody for tuning on YouTube, watching on Twitch, watching wherever you are. We do appreciate it. Thanks to if you're watching at home on Rogers Cable TV as well, thank you so much for tuning in. That one's called a strike on Nellis, and Parsons gets ahead of the batter at 0-1. Chopper, fielded by Gonzalez. He'll flip the second for one. On to first. In time for the double play. Royals go empty-handed, but he do score one in the inning to lead this one 1-0 here at Hastings Stadium. Top of the third inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. The Guelph Royals leading the Kitchener Panthers 1-0. I'm Neil Sriwastava. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube, watching on Twitch, watching on Rogers TV as well. We do appreciate it. Nolan Misa will lead things off for the Panthers, who they trail the Royals by 1. Jacob Cush going back out to work here. Misa all over the first offering from Cush for strike 1. Nolan Misa hit his first career home run Thursday night against the Chatham Barnstormers at home. One pitch on its way from Cush. Nolan misses inside for a ball. Count now 2-1 on Nolan Misa. Misa, part of the Waterloo Warriors of the OUA. OUA silver medalist this year. Losing the final in extra innings to the Toronto Varsity Blues. That one's called a strike to even the count at 2-2. That one runs inside on Misa and runs the count to full at 3-2. Misa goes down on strikes for one away. Cush's third strikeout of the afternoon.
The left fielder, number 8, Jaden Kemp.
Jaden Kemp now the batter, batting .250 on the season. Kemp in left field today. Panthers eagerly awaiting the return of Blake Jacklin, which I'm assuming is going to be very soon. Eastern Tennessee University standout. Absolutely a great guy. First class. Just love the way that he conducts himself on and off the field. He loves to play baseball. That one gets away from the catcher. Runs the count to 1-1 on Jaden Kemp. Of course, the Panthers signing Pedro de los Santos this week. Getting Kenny De Clemente back from the Cardinals. They should be also getting Simon Grenberg very shortly as well. So this offense is going to be a totally different offense very shortly with all those additions. As that one's called a strike, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jaden Kemp. Cush from the stretch. 1-2 offering. It's fouled down the line. It's going to be out of play. Nellis will retrieve it and the transaction. Cush gets him the swing on that one, and that is 4 strikeouts for Jacob Cush in the afternoon. Absolutely dealing here. Jet Jarvis, who struck out in the first inning, will be the batter now. He's 0 for 1. Jarvis batting .357 on the season so far. Student at McGill University. Another one of these great homegrown talents for the Panthers. It's a chopper retrieved by Nellis, but that is foul for strike 1. Sorry, by Rosario for strike 1. Jarvis bunts it, but it goes foul, and it's quickly 0-2 on the count. Not a bad idea by Jarvis. Use his speed to his advantage. Force the third baseman, Nellis, to have to make the play. Panthers just looking for a spark to get this lineup going. 0-2 offering. This is outside for a ball as Cush wastes one there. One-two offering. Misses outside. It run the count to 2-2. Stephen Whalen waiting on deck. He got the lone hit for the Panthers so far in this contest. A one-out single in the first. As Jarvis chases that one in the dirt, Rosario up with it. He'll throw down to first in time. K2-3 goes your putout. Panthers strike out swinging all 3 times in the inning. And it's the Guelph Royals leading this one in Hastings Stadium when they come at the bat on the home half of the third, leading 1-0. Bottom of the third inning here at David Hastings Stadium. It's the Guelph Royals leading by 1 at 1-0 as J.D. Williams will come up to the bat for the Royals, the leadoff batter. Royals striking for a run in the home half of the second inning for the 1-0 difference. I'm Neil Sherwaspa. Thank you so much. Jacob Chappelle is our producer today. Bruce Barker on the microphone as well, the in-house PA. And Eric McKenzie running the scoreboard and everything else up here. Great to have so many great volunteers here. Takes a few loads off. That one misses upstairs from Williams from Parsons. And the count is 1-0. Williams grounded out 4-3 in the first inning after taking the count to full on Parsons. That one's inside for ball, and the count is now 2-0. That one misses low again, runs the count to 3-0. Parsons looks like if he can get the control issues figured out, would be one heck of a pitcher. Of course, he's a former outfielder. He converted himself to a pitcher recently. That's what lured the Jackfish into put the Jackfish on the radar anyways. As Williams would draw the 4-pitch walk here to start the third inning.
The shortstop, number 24,
He had a rough inning against the Cardinals in his debut. Jackfish playing the numbers game a little bit with the tail end of their roster, so he was let go. Panthers picked him up. And Asuki Ohashi will be the batter now. Grounded out 5-3 in the first for the second of the inning. Garrett Takamatsu now on deck. First pitch to Ohashi misses low for a ball from Parsons. Ohashi batting .312 on the season. Throw over, Williams back safely. Parsons just trying to keep him honest at first. That one runs in on the hands. Ohashi gets it off the hands. He'll make his way down to first on the hit by pitch.
The second baseman, number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
2 on, nobody away here for Garrett Takamatsu now. Takamatsu, a former MVP in this league, former Rookie of the Year as well. Wanted to come here to play with some of his friends, Connor Morrow, his former manager, Dino Romel. Didn't want to have to make the trek down Lakeshore Boulevard to go to the Christie Pits. Can't say I blame him. I've done it many times in my lifetime. It's never a fun time on a Wednesday night. That one's in there for strike 1 on Takamatsu. Had an opportunity to interview Garrett in the offseason on our personal YouTube channel. Takamatsu lines this one up the middle. Gonzalez will step on the bag. He'll throw to first. He'll make a double play. Williams will go to third, but there's now 2 away. A great play by Raul Gonzalez, the shortstop, to take away potentially a run and erase 2 base runners in the process. Josh Garton will come to the plate now with 2 away and 1 on at third. Williams at third base. Josh Garton, who doubled his first time up, came into action batting .700. Takes strike 1 from Parsons to start his at bat this time. Like I mentioned off the top, just great to see Josh Garton enjoying the game of baseball and enjoying life. Chops this one in the infield. This is going to be a tough play. Third baseman's not going to have a play. Run will come home. Garton will get the RBI single. It's 2-0 for the Royals.
The left fielder, number 7, David Stanley.
Garton aboard on the infield single. Sometimes you don't have to knock the heck out of the baseball to be productive. And David Stanley will be the batter now. He grounded out 2-3 his last time out. Two away in the inning. Royals up 2-0 now, just tuning in. We're in the bottom of the third inning. And Nick Parsons has got a 1-0 count on the batter, David Stanley, the left fielder. That one's in there for a called strike 1. Evens the count at 1-1. Ball 2 inside. Count now 2-1 on Stanley. Jeff McLeod, who walked his last time up, waiting in the wings. Got stranded at third base in the second inning. Here in the home half of the third inning, Royals up now 2-0. Garton increases his lead from first. Parsons offering is fouled away down the line, and that'll even the count at 2-2. Swung on and fouled away. That one goes off Ibarra. And the umpire is going to take the courtesy here to give the hand-delivered the baseball to the pitcher, Parsons, to give Ibarra a few seconds to shake this one off and readjust himself in places we can't mention on the air. Looks like Ibarra thanks the umpire for that one. A few breathers here. Stanley takes a little walk out of the batter's box as well, just to give Ibarra a few seconds to catch his breath, reacquaint himself with his belongings and his attachments. 2-2 offering. Hits Stanley on the arm. Parsons not meaning to go that far inside. That one just slipped out of his hands. And runners now at first and second here in the third inning with 2 away for Jeff McLeod. Second hit batter of the inning for Parsons. Of course, last night we had a scary moment in the Hamilton Cardinal game. Brandon Daly took one off the hand that went off the hand, deflected up into his face. It looked like he got him in the lip. I'm not sure if he broke a tooth or not, but he was bleeding from the mouth for a little bit. But like any true Canadian kid, he stayed in the ball game. Got some water, got some ice, and stayed in the ball game. Finished out the contest. We'll have one heck of a story to tell his grandkids at some point. McLeod hits the chopper this way. Parsons trying to field this one. He'll throw to first in time to get McLeod to end the inning. Royals threw out a pair of base runners, but increased their lead to 2-0. As we head to the top of the fourth inning when we come back at Hastings Stadium, it's the Guelph Royals 2, the Kitchener Panthers 0.
Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Top of the fourth inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. It's the Guelph Royals leading the Kitchener Panthers. I'm Neil Sriwastawa. As Jacob Cush goes back out to work here, he'll be facing Stephen Whalen, Ryan Burnside, and Nick Parsons in this inning. Royals striking for a single run in the second inning, one in the third. Lead this one 2-0. And Stephen Whalen will lead things off. Whalen with the only hit so far for the Panthers, a single in the first inning. He was stranded there as Burnside reached on a fielder's choice. He was erased on the fielder's choice by Burnside. Panthers just with 2 base runners so far. Cush been mowing him down. That one misses low for a ball and gets away from Rosario for ball 1. That one misses upstairs from Cush. The count now 2-0. I always wonder if the long delays between innings affect pitchers who were on a roll. As Whalen gives this one a ride to left field. Left fielder going back, and he's going to make the catch just in front of the warning track for the first out of the inning. Whalen retired on the F7 for out number 1. Ryan Burnside, the aforementioned, homered in Thursday night's game, his first home run of the season. And a huge shout out to his girlfriend, just done. Cancer survivor and just an absolutely wonderful, fantastic person. Got to know her through Drew Taylor here and there. I don't think I've ever met her personally. I've seen her at the ballparks, various places, but huge supporter of baseball. Was huge with the Burlington Herd and Bandits as well. I think it was her uncle or grandfather that owned the Herd and Bandits at one point. As the count is 1-1 on Burnside now. Lofts this one in the air. Rosario giving this one chase. He's going to try to get to it, but he's going to run out of room. So it goes foul and out of play. I think she's actually now a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken, or she's actually about to take the bar. Just an absolutely fantastic lady. And she couldn't have picked a better guy to be with. Burnside's is a champ, too. That one misses just upstairs. And the count is 2-2. That one misses in. And that'll run the count to full on Burnside from Cush. Nick Parsons waiting in the wing. He struck out swinging his first time up. Very dangerous hitter in this lineup for the Panthers. This one is chopped by Burnside. Correa will get to it. He'll throw to the Cush covering. 3-1 will go to put out, and there's 2 away here in the 4th inning. Nick Parsons now the batter, the third baseman. There's a little Tommy trombone coming on. Parsons 0 for 1, as we mentioned. He did strike out swinging. It's a ground ball to the third baseman. Nellis up with it. He'll throw across the diamond to Kawara. Panthers go 3 up, 3 down here in the 4th inning. Royals leading this one by 2. It's 2-0 as we head to the home half of the 4th inning when we come back. Bottom of the 4th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium on a beautiful day to be at the ballpark. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube or watching at home on Rogers TV if you're watching on your TVs as well. As Arthur Kawara will lead things off with the Royals leading this one 2-0. First offering from Dakota Parsons is in there for our strike on Kawara. He walked his last time up. 0 for 0 in the contest. Got stranded at second base in the second. Cora hits this one into center field. Not that deep. Center fielder charging in. Jarvis is underneath and he'll make the catch, and there's one away. Cora retired on the F8 for out number 1. As J.D. Rosario will be the batter now. Parsons at 66 pitches now. As Rosario will come to bat. He's 1 for 1 with a single his last time up. Checks his swing. Umpire says he went around. I think it was in the strike zone, to be honest. Count is 0-1 on Rosario. Mark Nellis waiting in the wings, followed by the top of the order and J.D. Williams. One count on Rosario now. There is some activity down in the Panthers bullpen. I don't think anybody's throwing. I think they're just stretching down there. Trying to stay loose in case Parsons gets into trouble as he gets Rosario to foul this one off. They make the count 1-2. Parsons right now with an ERA of 5.41 on the season. It does have 4 strikeouts to his credit on the year. No Royal has struck out this afternoon so far. This one's grounded through the hole here. First baseman will have to be covering. Flip the first in time. Parsons over in time. 3-1 will go your putout. Rosario's retired for the second out of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Mark Nellis now. The 9 batter, the third baseman, grounded into a double play his last time up in the 2nd inning. Royals getting 1 in the 2nd inning, 1 in the 3rd for the 2-0 lead. Making the most of their opportunities so far, and that one misses inside to Nellis for ball 1. Nellis, one of those Mississauga North Tigers from Sean Travers' high-performance team. Travers has done a great job with these guys. Always been an astute judge of talent for as long as I've known him. It's just great to see him still continue to give back year after year to the game of baseball. One offering to Nellis on its way. His line, but foul down the right field line and going on the play behind the trees and the dugout. As the kids will go racing down after it, looking for a souvenir. They can turn it in for a freezy here at the ballpark. I know in Barrie they got Barrie Baycap bucks. Welland, I think you can turn it in for something else as well. Hamilton and London, you can keep the baseball. As Nellis grounds this one to the second baseman, and he'll field it cleanly and throw to first, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Parsons and the Panthers. Royals go in order here as we'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Royals leading this one 2-0. Top of the 5th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium on a great afternoon here at the ballpark. The Guelph Royals leading the Kitchener Panthers by 2. It's 2-0. Junior Ibarra looking to change that outcome here. He'll be followed by Raul Gonzalez and Spencer Ross here to leave the Panthers' fifth inning. Ibarra will come to bat now. Umpire was readjusting himself. Cush gets Ibarra to chase the first offering for strike one. Jacob Cush into four innings complete so far. Just allowed the one hit. This one is foul down the line, and he's up an 0-2 on Ibarra. Ibarra grounded out 1-3 his first time up. The Cuban national catcher went home last year, about a month into the season, to play for the Cuban national team. Seemed to reinvigorate and maybe reinforce what he was playing baseball for. He had a great second half for the Panthers. Misses low for a ball. Does Jacob Cush, and then the count is now 1-2. Ibarra hits this one in the outfield. That's going to drop in for a single. That's the second hit of the afternoon for the Panthers. The leadoff man aboard here to start the fifth inning. That'll bring up the dangerous Raul Gonzalez, Ibarra's Cuban teammate and Cuban countryman. Gonzalez is 0 for 1. He grounded out 5-3 in the second inning. Panthers with just 2 base runners so far. 3 base runners so far. That one's in there for strike one on Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Ibarra both having a slow start. Gonzalez last year led the league in RBIs, was second in the league in home runs. Third in the league in home runs. That evens the count at 1-1. Did finish the campaign with 14, which tied him for Jonathan Salazzo. Of course, Tyler Duncan of the Hamilton Cardinals, the reigning MVP, won the home run competition, hitting 2 home runs in the final game of the season in Jack Couch Park. That one misses inside. Count now 2-1 on Gonzalez as Spencer Ross waits in the wings. Nolan Nisa waits in the hole. Chop to the second base or third baseman. He'll flip to second for one. On to first. In time for the double play. They go around the horn. A 5-4-3 double play. 2 away for the Royals.
Number 5, the second baseman, Spencer Ross.
And Spencer Ross now the batter with 2 away. Ibarra erased on the 5-4. Gonzalez 4-3 for the tail end of the double play. But thank you for tuning in wherever you were watching. Hope the audio is sounding well. Working on some camera issues. We hope they'll fix for the next one. Couldn't get the Wi-Fi extenders to pair, so I'm going to pick Matt Hiscock's brain tomorrow in London when we're down there. May have to reset them all again and repair them. But we'll get those going for Tuesday night. Of course, Tuesday night, the Guelph Royals hosting the Barrie Bay Cats. The first Tuesday night of the game of the season. Get your tickets online from the Royals website or come down to the ballpark on Tuesday night. Bring the kids. Take on one of the best teams in the IBL. That one misses inside. The count is 1-1. On Ross, that one misses low. The count now 2-1. Cush just trying some new things out here. Cush, of course, played last year in the Frontier League. Great to see this young man getting an opportunity at home. This one is fouled away. Of course, there's 3 Cush brothers in the Royal City. Ryan, which I think is the youngest. I think Jacob's the oldest. I think Kyle is slightly younger than Jacob. But there's 3 of them. Kyle's right now in Australia enjoying some baseball overseas. That one misses the ball. That'll run the count to 3-2. Nolan Misa waits in the wings. Cush's 3-2 offering on its way. Here's a self-defense shot. Fielded by the second baseman. He's not going to recover. Takamitsu can't get to it in time. That'll be an E4 on the play. Just slid on the edge of the grass there and couldn't get his footing.
First baseman, number 20, Nolan Misa.
I'm sure Takamatsu will understand the error call later on. It's not about you sometimes, the defenser. It's about the pitcher. You should have probably had that ball. Unfortunately, you didn't. Wasn't hit too hardly either. It's just like a routine ground ball, and Nolan Misa will wait on deck here as that throw goes over to keep Spencer Ross honest at first on the failed pickup attempt. Misa struck out swinging his first time up. Takes strike one on the other half. Cush wheeling and dealing again. Cush at 65 pitches here in the fifth inning. Throw over. Runner back safely again. That's two disengagements now. So Cush will have to either pick him off or stop throwing over. That one's going to miss upstairs for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Finally getting to that steep tee I got at 9 o'clock this morning, or 10 o'clock this morning. Did it again. Runner goes on the pitch. The throw down is second. Ross will steal the base. There's another strike called on Misa, though. Now they're going to say batter interference is the call. Misa is called out on the interference call. A small discussion is going to ensue here, but not much argument going on as Misa is retired on the out. Inning over. Panthers will strand the base runner. Royals leading this one 2-0 when we come back. They'll be batting in the home half of the sixth. Top of the fifth inning here, or bottom of the fifth inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. I'm Neil Sriwastawa. Yes, I know where I am. We're playing the Kitchener Panthers between the Guelph Royals. I got the Cardinals and Red Sox tonight. J.D. Williams will lead things off as a weird play to end the top of the fifth inning. Nolan Misa was called out on batter interference as he interfered with the path of J.D. Rosario trying to throw the runner out at second base. Made contact, and that's why the plate umpire called him out. A little discussion interfered, but Nolan Misa took the call pretty well for a young man. As the count on J.D. Williams is ball one. Don't have the ability to replay, unfortunately, on the live stream, but I did scroll back and saw that there was contact. As Williams lines this one to center field, the center fielder backpedaling, makes the catch on the over-the-shoulder catch to retire Williams for the first out of the fifth. F8. Williams is retired. As Ryosuke Ohashi will be the batter now. Ohashi is 0 for 1 in the contest. Got hit by a pitch in the third inning. Grounded out 5-3 in the first. The Japanese pop songs are definitely different. That's for sure. And Yuki Narita will get the start tomorrow in Toronto. He's got an interesting walk-up song himself, or a warm-up song. That one's in there for a strike. First strike one on Ohashi. 2-0, the Royals lead this one here in the home half of the 5th inning. That one ball is outside, and the count is 1-1. That one misses inside Ohashi. Has to dive out of the way to get out of the way. Count now 2-1. Ohashi hits this one to the second baseman. He'll field it cleanly, throw to first. He's retired 4-3 for the second out of the inning.
The second baseman, number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
Got to bring up Garrett Takamatsu, who's 0 for 2 in the contest. Looks like the London Majors are leading the Welland Jackfish in the only out-of-town game this afternoon. Of course, Chatham, Kent, and Barrie's a 4:05 start. Of course, we'll have the Hamilton Cardinals Brantford Red Sox game live from Bernie Arbor Stadium at 7:35. Tune in on Cable 14 for that one. This one is swung on and missed by Takamatsu. And the count is 1-1. That one's fouled away. Jackfish, of course, last year were off to a slow start as well, but this year it just seems like they're just going through the motions right now. Much like the Maple Leafs are. But the Jackfish have got a slightly better record. Leafs, unfortunately, have been battling with some virus thing that's going through their clubhouse, some injuries, and now a wedding. Of course, Justin Mara getting married today, so the Mara brothers have been kind of tied up this week dealing with that. Congratulations to Justin and his bride on their nuptials today. This one's popped in the air. Everybody giving charge, but nobody's going to get to it in time. Ibarra didn't even have a beat on it. Takamatsu will stay alive. The count is 1-2 still. Looks like point streak once again has frozen on the server side. Scoreboard is updating, just everything else as far as the online stuff in case you're trying to stay connected with it. I know they're having some server issues, some Cloudflare issues or Cloudflare issues. The IBL is aware of it, so is Point Streak server staff. They're trying to fix it. That one misses outside and makes the count 2-2 on Takamatsu. I'm told it does work better on the phones. 2-2 offering from Parsons is swung on and missed. He gets Takamatsu to go down on the strikes. Royals retire in order here in the 5th inning, but they still lead this one 2-0. Back with the top of the 6th inning when we come back here at Hastings Stadium. Top of the sixth inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium, and a 2-0 score for the Guelph Royals over the Kitchener Panthers. Well-pitched ball game on both sides. Royals taking advantage of opportunities, scoring a run in the second, one in the third for their 2-0 lead. Jacob Cush has been keeping the Panthers at bay so far. This one's fouled off by Jaden Kemp, who struck out swinging in the the third inning. He is 0 for 1. Cush got the strikeout in the third. His point streak has magically popped back up, thankfully. Cush is at 70 pitches on the nose. 71st pitch has swung on and missed for strike 2. Cush 8 strikeouts total on the campaign. That one just misses. Cush wanted it. Rosario tried to hold it there. Umpire not buying it, though. Umpire might owe him one. Kemp is 0 for 1, as you mentioned. He's 3 for 12 on the season. Swings on and misses that one. Kemp goes down on strikes for the second time in the afternoon. Jacob Cush with another punch-out. That'll bring up Jet Jarvis, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Jarvis held back on that one, takes the ball inside for ball 1. Jarvis is 10 for 28 on the season, 357, 4 RBIs so far. This one is grounded to the first baseman. Kawara will flip to Cush. Jarvis retired. 3-1 on the putout, and there's 2 away here in the 6th. Stephen Whalen now the batter. Whalen with one of the 2 hits for the Panthers on the afternoon. Junior Ibarra with the other. Whalen takes strike 1 called by the plate umpire. Cush has done a great job of getting ahead of the majority of the hitters this afternoon. Not afraid to challenge them at all turns, and that one's in there for strike 2. And Whalen finds himself quickly down the count at 0-2. That one misses upstairs. Not a bad spot to waste one if you're Jacob Cush on Whalen. Count now 1-2. Whalen 6 for 24. Hits a ground ball to the second baseman. Takamatsu up with it. He'll throw to first in time. Panthers go 3 up, 3 down here in the 6th inning. Royals still leading this one 2-0 as we head to the home half of the 6th inning when we come back after the break.
Hard-line drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Ref 1X by Rollins.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium is the Guelph Royals with the 2-0 lead over the Kitchener Panthers. I'm Neil Sriwastawa. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube, watching on Twitch, or watching at home on Rogers Cable TV. Look, Mom, I'm on the TV and I didn't do anything wrong. She's probably laughing in her chair right now. Of course, my mom celebrates the big 7-0 in a couple days. So happy birthday early to you, Mom. I love you. Kids love you. Hope you have a fantastic day on June 5th. But as the Royals here doing the task at hand, trying to increase this lead, as Dakota Parsons goes back out here to work the home half of the 6th inning, down by 2. As Josh Garton will lead off the ball game, or the inning here. Garton came into action batting .700 with 4 home runs. Josh Garton playing the human PlayStation cheat code this year. Batting .700 on the season. 4 monster shot home runs. 2 of them in Chatham-Kent that were just absolute no-doubters. Actually, the one in Chatham-Kent was a no-doubter. The one in Kitchener was absolute moonshot. And actually, two in Kitchener. And 1 here to start the season off the center field fence. Takes ball 1 outside from Parsons. There is activity in the Panthers bullpen. They got a tent out there. Novel idea, a smart idea actually, but a very novel idea. That one misses outside from Parsons, and the count is 2-0. Of course, with Mom celebrating her 70th birthday, that means the 5-0 for me is not that far off. Next year. We'll leave it at that. Garton has a 3-0 count and likely the green light here, as he's going to take that one inside for ball 4. And if you're Dakota Parsons, that's probably the lesser 2 evils, as Josh Garton trots down to first. And David Stanley will be the batter now with one on and nobody away here to start the home half of the 6th inning. Jeff McLeod waiting on deck, followed by Arthur Kawara in the hole, should the inning continue that far. Royals looking to increase their lead. They got 1 in the 2nd inning, 1 in the 3rd for the 2-0 lead. Panthers been held at bay so far by Jacob Cush. Stanley showing bunt here. Then Bach is called as he doesn't. It was rocking back and forth. Parsons is asking for some questions here. And that's going to bring Bill Matish out to the edge of the dugout. He's just asking what it was, most likely because he didn't come to a full stop. And that's why the balk is called, and that's why the runner's at second base now. Stanley could actually bunt the guy to could bunt Garton to third now. Or he could swing away. And try to cash him home. Garton does stand at second base in scoring position now. That one is high to Stanley for ball 1. He just threw somebody out from the dugout. I don't know what was said. I couldn't hear it. But now Bill Matish is going to go give the umpire an earful. Unfortunately, it's just past our camera range, so you can't see it down the line. So there's no lip reading at home, so no worry about John Boy Media taking care of that one later on. All right, we'll have to make that note. Matish is going to be watching the rest of this one from the comfort of the dugout, from the comfort of the stands or the parking lot here. David Stanley has a 1-0 count on him. Ibarra asking who else got ejected, but I think it was just the manager. Bill Matish is making his way behind the dugout now. Took one for the team. David Stanley is 3 for 11 on the season, 1 RBI. This one is swung on and missed. 1-1 pitch. On its way. Stanley swings and misses at an offering from Parsons. Now count is now 1-2. Appears I got Stanley and somebody else mixed up on the Royals lineup earlier in the game. My apologies. One-two offering. It's chopped down the first baseline. First baseman will make the fielding call. Garten will go to third with one away. Stanley gets the job done. He moves the runner up another 90 feet. There he'll sit for Jeff McLeod and Arthur Kawara looking to cash him in with one away. 3 unassisted goes the put out. Garten goes to third for the first out here in the 6th inning. McLeod fouls off the first offering for Parsons for strike one. There is some bullpen movement down for the Royals. Looks like guys are just kind of peeking over the fence. I think Hector Yan is loosening up down in the bullpen, but he's not throwing that hard. He's trying to pace himself between innings here. That one comes inside on McLeod. Evens the count at 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning, if you're just tuning in, Royals up 2-0 on the Panthers. It's been a stellar pitching performance from both sides so far. That one takes it in stride for a called strike on McLeod. Runs the count 1-2. Royals got one in the second, one in the third for the 2-0 score. Panthers held to just 2 hits. Royals only have 3 so far, as their offense has been relatively quiet today. McLeod hits this one on a bullet. The second baseman comes home. The throw, Ibarra is going to get the tag at the plate to get Garten. McLeod will go to first on the fielder's choice, 2 away. Panthers cut down the run. Great play by the second baseman there, diving to his left to make it, and then throwing home to get Garten. Garten had to wait to make sure it wasn't caught in the air. The throw beat Garten home. Ibarra was able to apply the tag with ease. 2 away now for Arthur Kawara. McLeod aboard on the fielder's choice as I'm running it back down for point streak. Runner at third base is put out for 2. And Kawara will bat now with 2 away. Got a pinch runner coming in. Number 6 is coming in for the Royals. That's Yuki Narita. Unless they have the wrong numbers on. Connor Morrow is the pinch runner at first base. So manager Dino Romel missed a few numbers. Missed a few lineup numbers here. Morrow into run for McLeod. Likely see some defensive changes now. I'm assuming somebody will go from the outfield to the outfield. As Kawara's got a ball 1 count on him. Throw over to first. Morrow dives back in safely. Well, I can't say he didn't get dirty today. He's now covered in clay and dust. Yuki Renita will get the start tomorrow at Domino Field against the Maple Leafs. Game time on that one is 2:05 start in Toronto. You can catch that one live on Maple Leafs Baseball Online. Thomas West and Zach Benoit will have the call for you. Great guys down in Toronto. Great guys throughout the league, actually. That one's called a strike. The count now 1-2 on Arthur Kawara. Kawara's 0 for 1. He flew up to center field his last time up, walked in the second inning, got stranded at second base. Cuora hits a ground ball to the shortstop. Gonzalez up, and he'll throw across the diamond in time to get Cuora for the third out of the inning. Royals surrounded base runner here in the sixth inning. Also got a runner thrown out at home. Still leading this one 2-0 here as we head to the top of the seventh inning when we come back. Top of the seventh inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. A lot of defensive changes for the Royals. We'll try to get to you in a second. New pitcher on the hill is Hector Yan for the Royals. Jacob Cush's day is done. All right. Looks like Connor Morrow standing at shortstop. Takamatsu went to third. Ohashi went to second. And we have a new outfielder as well. Apparently can't rub the baseballs up on the mound. Looks like he didn't like the fact that it was. I was going to step off the mound here to rub this one up. Burnside will be the batter to face Hector Yan here in the seventh inning. Yan's first offering misses high to Burnside for ball one. Burnside gets a hold of one, but that's going to go foul. Just a loud strike by Burnside. Count is 3-1 on Burnside, I believe. Top of seventh here. That one's in there for a strike. That'll run the count to full here at 3-2. Burnside followed by Nick Parsons as he takes a walk down to first by the looks of it.
Number 88, the third baseman, Nick Parsons.
A long way to first. Wasn't sure if he's walking off or he's walking down the line there. Leadoff walk by Hector Yan. Nick Parsons now the batter. That one misses for a ball. Yan haven't found the strike zone yet. Jacob Cush goes 6 innings complete. Doesn't allow a run. Just responsible for 3 base runners total. 2 hits, 1 error. Behind him. A lot of strikeouts. That one's called a strike, and the count's even at 1-1 on Nick Parsons. Parsons, as I mentioned off the top, had his first career home run, or actually first home run of the season in London last Friday. He chops this one to the third baseman. Takamatsu over to second base for 1. On to first. In time for the double play. Royals get another double play around the horn at 5-4-3. 2 away here in the 7th.
That catcher, number 48, Junior Ibarra.
Junior Ibarra will be the batter now. That one's in there for a strike to count 1-2. That one misses in the dirt. Evens the count at 2-2 as Jan's working at a more considerably quicker pace here. Popped in the outfield, left fielder underneath this one. He'll make the grab, and the inning's over. Panthers go 3 up, 3 down despite the leadoff walk to Burnside. Ibarra flies out for the third out of the inning. 7th inning stretch here at Hastings Stadium. It's the Royals up by 2, leading this one 2-0. J.D. Rosario will lead things off in the home half of the 7th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. The Kitchener Panthers trailing your Guelph Royals 2-0. I'm Neil Sriwastava. A lot of defensive changes in the last half inning for the Royals. Hopefully we got them all figured out now, and everybody is still where they're supposed to be. As Rosario fouls off the first offering from Parsons. That one's in there for our called strike, and the count now 0-2 on Rosario. Royals 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Panthers no runs, 2 hits, no errors so far. That one misses in the dirt from Parsons, who is now at 95 pitches in the contest through 6 innings. That one misses outside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. There was activity in the Panthers bullpen, but it's shut it down. Hector Yan took over for Jacob Cush in the top of the 7th inning. As the fans are getting all over the umpire now, asking where the strike zone is. Umpire looked back at him, actually. 3-2 offering on its way. Misses upstairs, and J.D. Rosario will draw the leadoff walk here in the 7th inning.
The third baseman, number 9, Mark Nellis.
Going to bring up the left fielder, Mark Nellis. Nellis 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play and grounded out 4-3 in the 4th inning. Nobody away here in the home half of the 7th inning. He bunts it down the first baseline. A great bunt. He's going to might even win the freight race here. Tough play. They get him just in time as the first baseman got back in time with that baseball. Nellis is going to get a tap on the glove and a little nod from the first baseman on that run. Great sacrifice bunt by Mark Nellis. Move the runner around here. 3 unassisted goes that put out on the sacrifice bunt. J.D. Williams, now the batter. Williams has walked and scored a run in the 3rd. 0 for 2 in the contest. Takes that one inside for ball 1. Gets a hold of one left field here, and that one's going to be gone for a home run by J.D. Williams. A lot of left turns in that one for Williams. Royals make it 4-0. J.D. Williams with another monster blast here into the left, a no-doubter. Raisuke Ohashi now the batter, who's now at second base. He's 0 for 2 in the contest, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Four nothing is your score. 2-run homer by J.D. Williams has given the Royals crowd here a little more to cheer for, and the Royals pitching staff a little more breathing room. And Ohashi takes ball 1 outside from Parsons, who's definitely showing signs of tiring out here at 101 pitches. Ohashi thought about swinging through that one, thought about playing it down. He takes a strike on the other half, evens the count at 1-1. Finally finished my steep tea from 10:30 this morning. I don't recommend doing that. May have to start getting an iced tea or something in the mornings when we come to the ballpark here at Hastings. That one's fouled away. Count now 1-2 on Ohashi. Garrett Takamatsu, the third baseman now, waits on deck. Chopped up the middle by Ohashi. That's going to be a tough play. It's going to get through for a base hit. Royals still back in flight here. Still only one away in the inning. Ohashi reaches the board on a single.
Number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
Takamatsu now at third base for the Royals. 0 for 3 in the contest. Struck out swinging, grounded with a double play, and popped up to the first baseman in the first inning. Mound visit here. Likely he's going to take the ball from Parsons, and the day is done. A great outing by Dakota Parsons here, unfortunately, on the wrong end of a 4-0 score, but he's pitched rather well today. Take a quick pause in the action and bring you back the new pitcher when we come back. Adam Robertson takes over on the hill for the Kitchener Panthers, who trail with the Guelph Royals here in the bottom half of the 7th inning by a 4-0 score. Dakota Parsons' day is done. He is responsible for the runner at first, though, as Garrett Takamatsu steps up to the plate. Throw over to keep the runner at first. Ohashi honest. Ohashi's got good wheels, based on the video we saw of him from the Asian Breeze on YouTube. As Takamatsu hits this one down the line, it's a fair ball. It's going to go all the way into the corner. Ohashi on his horse going to second. Takamatsu will race into second with a double. Runners at second and third for Josh Garton. If I'm the Panthers, maybe I take the bat out of Garton's hands here. Maybe I just let somebody else come up and try to hurt us. Out of respect, maybe you put Garton on, just load the bases here and have to force any base. Maybe get a double play out of this. Zybara and Garton having a few more words of conversation. Josh is a great guy. So happy to see him having a great time playing baseball again. Former Cincinnati draft pick. Long-time Royal. Takes ball one inside, a little over dramatic there. on that one. He's having some fun with it. 4-0 is your score if you're just tuning in. The Royals up 4-0. As he swings through that offering, he evens the count at 1-1. Adam Robertson took over for Dakota Parsons in this inning. Parsons was responsible for the runner at third base, however. Garton swings that one through the moonshots. And that's a 1-2 count. If you would have connected with that thing would have bounced off the top of the Panthers' tent out in the bullpen. Or cleared the trees, one of the two. Garton now works with a 1-2 count. Infield in just to knock this one down, try to keep the runners in front. So he fouls that one away to stay alive at 1-2. Garton hits this one off his foot. Ooh. He's going to take a few seconds to walk that one off. Ibarra pats him on the bum, says, this doesn't hurt that much, does it? And Garton's going to readjust himself here. And going to take one more stretch, make sure everything's okay and where things are supposed to be. And he's going to mother something to himself. Before stepping back in the box. But yeah, that got him in somewhere that you don't want to get hit. And we'll leave it at that. Infield in here trying to keep this one away. Garton lofts this one deep to right field. It's going to stay in the yard, though. Right fielder will make the catch. Runners will tag and go up a base respectively. A sacrifice fly RBI for Josh Garton makes it 5-0 for the Royals.
The left fielder, number 7, David Stanley.
David Stanley will be the batter. He was now in right field. Stanley takes ball one from Robertson. Chops this one foul. That'll even the count at 1-1. 5-0 is the score now. Royals out in front of the Panthers. 6 hits on the contest for the Royals now. That one is called a strike on the other half. Robertson at the head of the count at 1-2. On Stanley, the right fielder. Connor Morrow waiting on deck. He fouls this one off. Morrow came in as a pinch runner for Jeff McLeod last inning. Then manager Dino Romel threw a whole bunch of changes at us in the top of the inning without telling us. So if point streak's a little messed up right now, my apologies. That one sails high, evens the count at 2-2. We'll get it fixed, I assure you. I think we got it fixed, but the point streak's not liking how we fixed it. That might take some creative accounting on the way up to Hamilton tonight. That one misses high. Runs the count to full on David Stanley, the right fielder. 3-2 pitch. Broken bat down the line. Third baseman up with it. He'll throw across the diamond in time to get the speedster Stanley. And the inning's over. Rose scored 3 runs on 3 hits. Didn't make any errors. One man was left on base, and they lead this one 5-0 at the top of the 8th inning. When we come back after the break. Top of the 8th inning here at David E. Hastings Stadium. It's the Guelph Royals up 5-0 on the Kitchener Panthers. So take a quick look at the Rawlings out-of-town scoreboard. London Majors up 4-3 in the 5th inning in Welland over the Jackfish. Barry Baycats entertaining this afternoon. Yep. Baycats will be getting on their way at 4 o'clock. Of course, the lone night game is Retro Night. The Hamilton Redbirds, not to be confused with the Cardinals, one night only. Redbirds playing the Brantford Red Sox tonight. As the Cardinals unveiling their retro jersey tonight, I got to make sure I snag one of those for the wall at home. The last two are going to make it home here as the coach helps out these guys. The lost children of the return, the one that took the face plants bouquet. It's been otherwise a good night here. Hector Yan will complete his warm-ups now. He'll be facing Raul Gonzalez, Spencer Ross, and Nolan Misa in this inning. Panthers just held to 2 hits so far in the contest, as Jacob Cush was absolutely dominant. Hector Yan equal to the task to this point. Don't forget about Tuesday night, next home game for your Guelph Royals. The Barry Baycats into town. Ryan Rio and company will come up the 400 series to take on your Royals. Game time is 7:35 p.m. You catch that one on Rogers 20 as well. Pretty sure they're bringing the truck, actually, so we don't have to set everything up, but we'll see how that goes on Tuesday night. Be nice to just show up and put a headset on. Mark Perry will join us on that call. He'll have the call. I'll do the color commentary. And we'll try not to bore you guys with wrestling anecdotes or anything else that comes in our head, usually Simpsons references. As that one from Yan misses for ball 1 on Raul Gonzalez. Panthers need to get this guy going. They want to turn their season around. Just been struggling a little at the plate like a lot of the Panthers. That one misses from Yan for a ball, and the count is 2-0. Yeah, it just doesn't seem comfortable on this mound right now. As Gonzalez hits a grounder, Connor Morrow up with it. Long throw, it will be a pick, and not in time, says the first baseman. That'll be an infield single for Raul Gonzalez. Connor Morrow had to go to his left, and that was a tough play. But Gonzalez won the foot race down the line, beat the ball to the base, according to the first base umpire. Infield single will be the call. Spencer Ross now, the second baseman, will be the batter. 0 for 2 in the contest, reached on an error. And a ground ball liner at Arthur Kawara. First pitch from Yan on Ross, misses for a ball. Eighth inning, Royals up by 5. Yan looking to preserve the shutout as he throws that one in there for a strike to even the count at 1-1. This one is fouled away, and the count runs to 1-2. On Spencer Ross, the second baseman. Nolan Misa on deck. Jaden Kemp waiting in the hole in the 9 spot. This one's chopped but fouled down the left field line and out of play. Third base coach couldn't come up with that one. There is somebody else loosening up in the bullpen down there. I'm not sure who it is for the Royals. I don't have the luxury of a bullpen cam yet. Maybe next year. As the count runs to 2-2. That might be Brandon Deans. Or Kyle Thomas, actually. Kyle Thomas, who hasn't pitched since opening day. Pitched an inning. Balk is called on Yan. Runner will go up to second base. A lot more balks called this year in the Intercounty, that's for sure. At least so far. Pitchers getting used to the new rules here. That is no pitch at home. So its count is 2-2. As Gonzalez will move up to second base. On the balk call. This one's chops foul by Ross to stay alive at 2-2. And thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube this afternoon. Watching at home on Rogers Cable TV as well. That one misses just upstairs on a run the count to full from Jan on Spencer Ross. Slow roller. A tough play by the second baseman. They're going to flip to second to get over to first in time to get the out as Gonzalez moves to third with one away. Ross retired 4-3. Gonzalez over to third. As I'm updating point streak on the fly here. Nolan Misa now the batter, the first baseman. 0 for 2 in the contest. Struck out and was called out on batter interference in the 5th inning. That one misses outside for ball 1 on Misa. Jaden Kemp waits on deck. Misa or Kemp will love to bring home Gonzalez to break the goose egg here on the Royals. 1-0 offering. Misses inside in tight. Runs the count to 2-0. Hector's offerings in there for a called strike to make the count 2-1. Looks like Kyle Thomas getting loose for the 9th inning. Jan wanted a couple innings today. Nobody wants to pitch in Christie Pitts by the sounds of it. So Yuki Narita gets the task tomorrow for the Royals. As this one's fouled away to even the count at 2-2 on Misa. Misa the Waterloo Warrior. Got a bright future ahead of him. As he fouls this one off, foul. And the count remains 2-2. Two-two pitch. Is chopped to the third baseman. Takamatsu up, will throw to first. They'll get the out. Concede the run. The shutout is broken, but it's now 5-1 as Gonzalez scores the first run for the Panthers in the afternoon. Give Nolan Misa the ground ball out, 5-3 put out, and give him the RBI. Panthers break the goose egg as Jaden Kemp comes to bat now. Kemp 0 for 2. He struck out swinging so far twice. Starts with a strike one on the outside half from Hector Jan. Goes around on that one. Falls behind the count 0-2. Gonzalez reached on a single. Was blocked to second base. Spencer Ross's ground ball moved him to third. He came home on the ground ball out as Nolan Misa goes down looking for the third time in the afternoon. As we head to the home half of the 8th inning, last chance for the Royals in regulation as they lead this one 5-1. Back with their at-bats when we come back after the break. Connor Morrow will lead things off in the home half of the 8th inning. The Guelph Royals leading the Kitchener Panthers 5-1 here at Hastings Stadium. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch or Rogers TV as well, we do appreciate having you with us. Ball one is in the dirt here to start the at-bat for Connor Morrow. Point streak still got that weird message up on the screen, but everything is right, so I don't know. Manager Dino Romero threw a bunch of changes at us in the top of the 7th inning. Everything looks like it's right here as far as position-wise and everything else. Everybody's got the proper innings in. Just not sure what's up with it. It's got two players saying they don't have positions. And I'm like, well, they're looking right at their positions. Ground ball hit to Gonzalez. He'll throw to first. Morrow's retired on the 6-3 putout for out number 1.
Number 25,
Arthur Kawara will be the batter now. Kawara 0 for 2 in the contest. Walked in the 2nd inning. Got stranded at second base. Flew it to center field in the 4th. And hit a ground into a 6-3 putout in the 6th for the 3rd of the inning. Royals bats have been pretty quiet most of the afternoon. Done enough to get some runs across, but that's about it. Far cry from the offense the last couple of games. That's a very part and parcel to the park of the pitching of Dakota Parsons today. As Kawara gives a ride to this one. Gonzalez gives us the chase, and he'll be underneath this one for the 2nd out of the inning. F6, Kawara is retired for the 2nd out. J.D. Rosario now, the catcher, will be the batter. He's 1 for 2 in the contest. He's got a walk, a single, a run scored, and grounded out 3-1 in the 3rd inning. Again, point streak is all messed up again on the server side, folks. Hopefully they'll get that fixed in the next couple of days. They are aware of the issue. So if you're trying to tune in at home and watching it on your PC and getting a blank screen like I am here at the ballpark, who knew I relied on it that much for stats? Gonna have to go back to the old pen and paper and handwriting notes again, or printing out things. As Rosario's got a 2-0 count in his favor. Swings and misses of that one. Makes the count 2-1. We're told it does work on the phones a lot better than it does on the PC. Looks like the Majors and Jackfish are tied 4-4. Not sure what inning is. Rosario swings and misses of that one, and the count is now 2-2 for Matt Roberts. All right. Excuse us, sir. That one is in the dirt. That'll run the count to full with 2 away. Mark Nellis, the left fielder, waiting on deck. This one is hit to right field, and it's going to be down for a base hit. It gets away from the right fielder. Rosario finds himself up at second base with the double. A valiant effort by the right fielder, just unfortunately out past the extended glove there. And Mark Nellis will bat with a runner at second base and 2 away. This one is fouled away. First strike, one by Nellis. Nellis grounded into a double play, grounded up to the second baseman, and has a sacrifice bunt in the 7th inning. He's 0 for 2. Would love to cash a run in here. Give the Royals back their 5-run cushion. That one's called a strike. And Nellis behind the count at 0-2 from Adam Robertson. Panthers woes so far, I would say, on hitting and a lot on the pitching as well. Bullpen's not been able to get the job done when called upon. Yadier and Martinez can only throw so many innings in a ball game. Dakota Parsons can only throw so many innings in the ball game. Same as Jose Vasquez. The bullpen needs to step up if these Panthers want to be successful this year. This one is lined right at the second baseman, and that will be the third out of the inning. Runner gets stranded at second base. No runs, one hit, no errors. One man left on base here in the home half of the eighth inning for the Royals. But they lead the Panthers, who are coming up to bat in the top of the ninth inning. Last chance for the Panthers when we come back after the break. Jet Jarvis would lead things off. New pitcher on the hill for the Guelph Royals here in the top of the ninth inning as they lead the Kitchener Panthers 5-1. New pitcher is Kyle Thomas, the former Detroit Tigers farmhand. Thomas evens the count on Jet Jarvis to 1-1. That one misses inside for a ball. 2-1 now. Thomas hasn't thrown since opening night when he got rained out against the Cardinals. Evens the count at 2-2, so he's definitely got a lot of energy pent up out there and hasn't thrown in 2 weeks. Chopper up the middle. Thomas is going to field it. He'll throw to first in time to get the speedster Jarvis. Incidental contact on the play, as that was not intentional. Sure, Jarvis and Cora will have words afterwards. Just make sure everybody's okay. Stephen Whalen is the
hitter, number 27, Steve Whalen.
Stephen Whalen, the batter now. With one away. Whalen's got one of the few hits for the Panthers this afternoon. One of three. That came out all the way in the first inning. The second batter of the ball game. As he fouls off the first offering from Kyle Thomas. That one misses for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. 5-1 is the score. Royals scoring in bunches. One in the second, one in the third, three in the seventh. On a two-run blast by J.D. Williams. Panthers got their run back in the eighth to break the goose egg as Thomas gets ahead of the count on Whalen at 1-2 on that foul ball. Whalen goes around, and that's a strikeout for Kyle Thomas. Panthers down to their last out here as Ryan Burnside will come to bat. That was
Let's bring this home. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet.
Burnside has reached on a fielder's choice and a walk. He's 0 for 2 in the contest. Takes ball one low from Thomas. As the grandstand rocks here. That one's called a strike to even the count at 1-1 on Burnside. Thomas gets the sign from Rosario. 1-1 offering. It misses low for a ball. It's 2-1.
You're doing good. Keep it up.
Thomas's 2-1 offering on its way. Misses low again. It's 3-1. Maybe Thomas is not used to pitching with all this noise behind him. 3-1 offering. Misses outside for a ball, and Burnside will take the walk down to first. Still 2 away here in the inning. That'll bring up Nick Parsons now, the third baseman, who is 0 for 3 in the contest. He struck out, grounded out to the second baseman, and grounded into a double play in the 7th inning. Burnside goes on the first pitch, ground ball to Takamatsu. He's up with it. He'll throw to first, and that's the ball game. The Royals improve to 4-0 on the season with a 5-win victory over the Kitchener Panthers here this afternoon. I was half joking with our Royals owner Sean Fuller this morning. He said, okay, the Panthers and Royals have got a 2.5-hour ball game today. Almost right on the nose. Hate to say I called it, but I called it. Royals victorious for the Panthers. 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors. Your Guelph Royals, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Jacob Cush picks up his first victory of the season. Dakota Parsons takes the loss for the Panthers. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube or Twitch this afternoon. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.